Good morning. Dave Johnson here at Day Trade the Markets. It is Monday, September the 18th, 2017. As you can see over here in the bottom left with the government time, I'm on Pacific time and it is 7:09. So approximately been in the market, or the market's been open regular trading hours for roughly 39 and a half minutes. So I've just gotten short here at the actual entry. What is it? Right here, 60-14-25, so 6,014.25. You can see I've got a buy stop and reversal at 60.18. So I'm a little bit, I want to be fairly nimble with this trade. It has started to move in our favor here, so we have had a nice probe up. So the first objective here really is all the way down to 3, where I've got a buy limit of 4. I'm going to change that. I'm going to put an order in here to buy half of this position back. Higher than that, I'm going to go for I think about 9.25, just below that last dip. So I'll put that in there. Let's see here. Can I get that? Yeah, 9.25. There we go. So we're going to buy limit half of this position back for a 5-point profit. Then I'm going to buy 4 down here. It'll reverse us to net position long 2. But we'll just kind of see how that unfolds. May have to make an adjustment on that, but I do like this 6,003 area as a good place to get long. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually cancel this reversal here up at 18. Well, I might just leave that in for the moment, but what I will do, now the market's moved, well, it got down to what did it hit there, 10. So I'm going to lower the protective buy stop to just 15.25, which is just above where we got entered. So we're now risking just, well, let me just shift this over to see a little bit better here, and then I can kind of shift this around. Good, we can see maybe see this a little bit better. So there we are. Okay, so we're short from 14.25 buy stop. Protective buy stops at 15.25. We're trying to exit half of this position at 9.25, and then we've got the buy limit down here at 3.25. So we'll just see how that happens. If we do get stopped, I'm going to change this back down to 4 contracts because we now have a new protective buy stop in. So that would be a buy stop at 60.18 for a new long position. But I'm really hoping that before that happens, that the market will come down here, hit us at our 9.25, and maybe even get down to 3.25. So that's really the lay of the land at the moment. Been in this trade maybe 3 or 4 minutes here, so I'll go ahead and pause the recording and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just resume the recording. It's 7:15, 7:16 now. I'm going to go ahead and lower this buy stop to break even. The market here has, it's kind of stalled a little bit, but doesn't mean to say it's not going to keep going lower. But now that it's moved almost 5 points in our favor, okay, there we go. Okay, good. We just got filled on that. So I'm going to go ahead now and change the protective buy stop to 2 contracts and leave it at break even for now. So we got our 5 points on the first 2 contracts. So we'll see if we can come down here and buy 4 at 3.25. And we'll just keep adjusting the stop as well. If we do get, if we are able to buy 4 contracts at 3.25, we'll be net long 2 contracts from that price because we're currently now short 2, as you can see. And just move that. You see that? You can see in the red background with the white 2 means we're short 2. So I think I'll actually just leave the stop there too. And we're now getting some good downward movement. Could very well get a nice selling bar here. You can see that we've had aggression. These green bars here are aggression on the buy side as well as the blue. The blue is the strongest of the aggression, the light green is the weakest, and the middle of the 3 is the green as far as the degree of aggression goes. So we're looking at an auction here that had a really nice up move you know, right out of the can here when it opened here today. This was the late action here on Friday. Had a nice move up, tested yesterday's high, and now we backed off a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a nice paint bar here in a moment out of this bar, and we should see shortly here. I suspect. Well, let's see, what time is it? It is 18. Okay, okay. There we got our paint bar. So that's a magenta bar. So that's the strongest, the selling. So I'm just going to go over and bring in my data box here. We're going to take a note as to what is the actual high of that magenta bar. I'm just going to put that crosshair on top of it, and you can see over in the data box over here where it says high. I'll go ahead and click it in there on that magenta bar. The high is 11 even. Okay, so I got my stop at 11.75. I'll put it at 12, which is now 1 point above the high of that magenta. So, and that locks in 2.25 points on the other two contracts. So, just bring you up to date on that. So that's good. It's coming off, and we'll see if we can reach that next objective. So, see the time here, 7:18. So I'll put the recording on pause and pick it up when needed. Okay, just resuming the recording. We just got filled for 4 here at 3.25, as you can see right here, and the time is 7:21. So we are now long 2 from 3.25. So I'll move this here, this marker here that we no longer need. We were short here from 14, so I no longer need this one. I canceled that. So just move these down here. So what I need to do is now go put in a protective sell stop. I'm going to put one in at, we're just long 2 from here. I'm going to put it in at 99.25. There we go. Sell stop 99.25, and I'll move this marker up here. And I'm going to use for our first objective back up here to 9.25, and I'm going to try and exit 1 up there at 9.25. So we'll put that in. 9.25 actually, that's a little too high, I think. Probably have to bring that down a little bit. I think I'll bring it down to 8.25. Yeah, bring it down to 8.25, right at the top of that red bar. Okay, so there we have. So I should probably yeah, we got a sell limit right here. I think what I'll do on that one is I'll just make it a different color so we can identify what's going on here. So this is our objective. This is the second trade, and the same with this one. I'll make it a different color because we know that this is the second trade. And I'll also have to put in one of these here just to help us identify where this trade was entered. We know it, but I'll just mark it in anyway. So there we go. So okay, so here's our entry up here at 14.25. We exited half the position at 9.25, the other half at 3.25, and we're now long from 3.25 with our protective stop at 99.25, and our first objective for one contract of the two, because we're just long 2 on this, at 8.25. So that's everything for right now. So following this along here, and it's 7:23 now, and I'll go ahead and pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, resuming the recording just a minute later, 7:24, just about to be 7:25. The market has moved up to 7.75 from our 3.25. So I'm going to go ahead and put the protective stop in just 2 ticks below our entry there. So just risking 2 ticks here. Looks like it's about to hit our first target here, 8.25. Hopefully we can get filled on this. It just hit 8, I think. So hopefully we can get filled on. There we go. Good. Filled on that. Go ahead and cancel that and make an adjustment on the stop here. As you can see, the green background, the black 1. We are now long one contract, so my stop should only be for one contract. And we're long from 3.25. We hit 8.25. I'm going to bring this stop up to 4.25. So we're locking in just a point for the time being on this, but that's okay. And we'll move this here, monitoring where this current protective stop order is. So our next objective would be up in this area where we got short earlier, but I think on this, we just got the one contract here, we've locked in a point. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a trailing stop on this last contract here. So that's the lay of the land, how we're doing here on Monday morning, September 18th, 2017 at 7:26. And yeah, I will go ahead and pause the recording. So we're just getting up to 1 hour into the regular trading hours. So go ahead and pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, just restarting the recording, and it's now 7:35, so market's been open for about 1 hour and 5 minutes. You can see here that we've continued to rally higher. It had a bit of a ledge in this area in here, just around about where we exited our first objective. So let me just bring in the data box again, and the lows on these bars right here is at 825. So I'm going to raise the stop to 725. So that'll lock in 4 points on the second contract on the second trade. So just want to bring you up to date on that. And once again, we'll go ahead and pause recording. Okay, 7:39, just resuming the recording. We just got stopped here at 7.25. We were long from 3.25, so a 4-point gain on that trade. So this trade was an interesting one because obviously we had a reversal here. So we got short 4 up here. We bought 2 of them back here at 5 points, so that's 10. Then we bought another 2 down here at 3.25, so that was actually 11 there on each of them. So that's 22 plus the 10 is 32. And then we got 5 here, so that's 37. And then we got 4 here, so that's 41. So, this was an interesting trade because we don't often get an opportunity where we can actually reverse a trade. And we were able to do that this time with the short from up here, the 2 exits here, and the second exit actually a reversal, and then to have that trade work out nicely as well. So an interesting example here using the logic of the day trade the market system. So if you have any questions, want to contact us, just reach us at info@daytradethemarkets.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.